Alright, so here's where I started forging the path. And about 30 to 40 yards that way is where the big pile started. I left most of the insulated stuff back there and a few bundles of this. I'm about whooped, about beat here. Making the trail put me about to the line of exhausted I wanted to be before I left. Moving all this, probably 70-80 pounds of copper through that trail 40 yards, put me to about, it's time to freaking go. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to eat one or both of these oranges, maybe another power bar, drink half my water, I think. I'm going to empty out as much of my bag as possible of weight that I don't need, so the oranges, might as well eat them, and the power bars, get rid of the rest, and then I'm going to start packing it full of this stuff, as much as I can carry. For this trip, I'm going to weigh it myself before I take it in, because, well, I don't trust them. I don't trust anybody, but considering the amount I have here, I'm going to weigh it myself to make sure. There are times certain people are nice and round up on the poundage, but not everybody does their job right, so, or is that generous. So I want to make sure the amount of work I'm putting into this, I want to make sure I get a fair price. Something I wanted to mention is, here's this little guy here, right? This is copper. The tube is copper, but these fittings, the nut and this valve, they're brass. So if I took this in like this, I would more than likely get the price of red brass, which is probably like $1.30, instead of copper, that is like $2.10. So actually I haven't took anything in a while, so I don't really know the prices. I think I'm gonna go get a price sheet to make sure. But if I took it in like this, I would get a much lower price, just because these pieces are on here. Now, to remedy that situation, you can work this all the way down to one end, and then just snap it off right there, and then all the brass will be in a small piece of copper, and then you have that whole section as just dirty copper. That's probably what I'll end up doing. See, I process it down as much as I can, but I don't get crazy about it, When you get to the point of it making, a 10-cent difference, that's when I decide that it's not worth putting the work in. Now, like those big wires that need to be stripped, like if I took that in like that, I would probably get less than $1 a pound. If I stripped it, I would get, the full price. So that would be more worth it. The thicker ones that I said I'm saving till last, and that piece there, the copper's so fine in it that, it's going to be like, if I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. It's going to be more of like, if I'm bored, more than actually worth it. Because it's going to take me an hour to strip it, and I'm going to get like, a pound or two of copper. It'll be like $5. So you got to know what's worth it, what's not worth it, where you want to invest your time, and how much money you're willing to lose or make, depending on what you're doing. I'm in no position to turn down money, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna break my back for dimes. Anyways, I'm gonna start eating, and I'm gonna start processing this down so I can fit it in my bag with what I got here. I would really like to burn it, like burn it all, to get most of the dirt dried and off of it, so that it would, you know, cut away a pound or two of dirt and paper and insulation and junk. But because it's Monday and there's so many people around here, like, they're not close, but it wouldn't be too hard for somebody to just roll up on me and, you know, see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna wait till Sunday to do any kind of burning, and I'll just deal with the extra pound of dirt. You know, like I said, you gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them. All that's basically clean, so that'll definitely be going. I just want to stomp it down so it's as flat as possible, so I can stack it in my bag. If I can waltz out of here with 30 to 40 pounds in my backpack, I'll be happy. We'll see how it goes. So if it isn't apparent already, I'm turning this into a multi-part thing. Like, I'm not gonna do one trip, another trip, another trip, and I'm not gonna cram it all together. So if it isn't obvious by this point, I'm sectioning this video off, and I'm assuming this should probably be a good part for part 3. A good start for part 3. And I just ruthlessly murdered 2 oranges, scattered their body parts all over the place, and I'm getting ready to start figuring out how I'm gonna do this. Now, I don't know what time it is. I'm assuming it's probably getting on to 4 o'clock. Let me check. Oh, it's only 3:11. Alright. Good thing is, well, I guess it is getting on to 4 o'clock. It's just gonna be a while till it gets there. So, I wanted to start this off with a stupid grandma story. There's actually 2 of them, but I'm just gonna tell you both of them at once. So, as you may or may not know, I was sick for about a week, and I went and spent the last of my money on NyQuil. I had approximately $10, and I bought a bag of cough drops and a thing of NyQuil, and I ended up using it all. So I asked her for $10 to buy more, and she's like, well, she didn't say anything. She's like, what do you need $10 for? And I'm like, you know, NyQuil, cough syrup, cough medicine. So I went upstairs, I changed my clothes, and I got ready to walk down. I grabbed all my change and stuff, and before I walked out the door, I'm like, so, you gonna give me $10 or what? She's like, I don't have it. I'm like, whatever, you know what? Shove it, because that's all you're good for anyway. And now, she doesn't have $10 for me for medicine, right? Something that's pretty necessary. I'd say it's not really a waste of money. It's something that's actually, you know, relatively important. But she ordered pizza 3 times in the last 2 weeks. That's stupid grandma story 1. Selfish greed. Selfish, disgusting greed. Alright. You know, I don't have control over the money, so I guess that's what happens. You know, flaunts it and rubs it in people's faces that she can just whip out a 20 whenever she feels like it. and I'm stuck counting out change to get cough medicine, and working like this to get money. You know, it's disgusting. You know, that's the world I live in. That's the world we live in. That's what we deal with, and we decide it's okay. Disgusting, selfish, greedy, self-centered pigs. Anyways, story number 2. So, she somehow got broccoli and cauliflower delivered to the house. And I had broccoli and cauliflower put aside to make stir fry. This morning, she went and steamed some of the broccoli and cauliflower. Now, man, that's loud and annoying. Now, instead of steaming the broccoli and cauliflower I had put aside that was older, she went and steamed the fresh. I just can't process it. Like, I don't know if she's playing dumb or she just is dumb. But that's the two. I haven't told any good stupid grandma stories lately. So that's 2 of the most predominant in my memory. Predominant, something like that. That's the 2 in my memory, you know. She has all the money in the world to buy useless knickknacks off the internet. All the money in the world to order pizza when we have food in the house. All the money in the world to go to bingo. But if I need $10 for medicine, you know, all of a sudden the money dries up. You know, that irritates me. That irritates me to such a degree. I don't think it wouldn't irritate me as much, and I could cope with it better if it wasn't for the fact that I do pretty much all of the work. Like I said, that's what we deal with. That's what this world got shaped into. That's what we went through and let happen. Can't fight it. Alright, it's getting depressing. And it's starting to get cold. And those oranges and the water and sitting here for a couple of minutes got me ramped back up. Oh yeah, and raging on about miserable, disgusting people. I'm gonna get this done and get out of here. I'll probably have a break somewhere down the path. Once I get all this stuff in my bag and start carrying it, it's gonna be a lot more difficult. So I'll probably have another chill session. But I want to start moving before the sun goes down. It's only 3:30. But I can feel it chilling off. So, later. Alright. I think I got about, let's say 40, 50 pounds on my back. Maybe not. I don't know. It should be, considering how much I stuffed in there. It might be lighter on the 30. I don't know. I'm exhausted enough that 5 pounds could feel like 10, and I wouldn't know the difference. But, I'm actually holding up quite a bit better than I thought I would. I thought I'd be like half dead by now. I'm doing alright. Now, I'm looking for probably the easiest way to get up from here. Because it should be about, well, with this much weight on my back, I don't know if I want to take the harder way and run the risk of running into somebody. But, I mean, I should be able to handle it. I could probably get up there, but I'm going to keep going. See if I hear any noise. Because they may have quit. I'm not sure their hours anymore. Like I said, I don't even know what they're doing there. To be completely honest, that place was shut down for, 10 years. So I don't know who's there, but apparently somebody bought it. They're going to do something with it. No concern of mine. The only thing that bothers me is when something hinders my path. That's annoying. Because if I'm not hurting anybody or anything, and I don't have ill intentions, I should be allowed to walk or go wherever I want to. Within reason, of course. I mean, I guess common sense is rare. And that's why they have so many freaking rules. So many people are idiots. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely over 20 pounds. It's definitely over 20 pounds. I'm not going to say it's 40 or... Whoa. Hey, what's up? Sorry, didn't mean to sneak up on you. You startled me a bit. You're an awfully pretty little duck, ain't you? Oh, goose. Duck, goose. Oh, look at that hose, huh? That might be useful for something. Can do, if I set up a camp down here, I can have irrigation. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how much I want to invest into things like that. Because it'd be cool to test my skills and see if I could build a camp. But, I mean, I'd have to do a raised platform. And there's not like on this side of the river, I mean, there are trees, but they're a little big for small bushcrafty kind of stuff. You have two sizes, way too big or pretty much way too small. I could scavenge a bunch of the metal sheets, but I don't know. We'll see. It's all gonna kind of depend. I gotta get over this thing with like a bunch of weight on my back. So, and then I gotta get through that. So I'm gonna let you go for a while. And if I find a way up, or find a way out of here without it being too difficult, and I find some quiet spot to sit and talk again, that is just what I'll do. What are you? It's heavy. It's like an anchor. Cast aluminum? Yeah, that's what it is. It's cast aluminum. I don't know what it's for. Anyways, I'm stalling. Catch you later. It's about 4:30. Been hiking for probably the last 45 minutes. I found a spot on the hill before where I go down at. That wasn't completely dreadful. So, I managed to get up there a little bit earlier, and it doesn't seem to be anybody working. I guess they all knocked off early. Then again, I don't really know what they work. Like I said, they're new. So, I didn't sit, but I took my time going up the hill, waiting to see if I heard any trucks or cars, or heavy machinery. I didn't hear anything, so decided to just go and see what happened. I'm about 300 yards till I can get onto a road. It'll be much flatter, and then I'll have quarter mile, third of a mile back to the house. Oh man, it's not all that bad really. It's just that because I'm a fat, lazy loser, I lost a lot of my muscle tone, and I can literally feel the weight pulling at my neck muscles. Like, I'm not saying that, when I was working out and stuff, I'm not saying like this would have been easy, but it wouldn't have been this hard either. Alright. Alright, well, sitting here ain't gonna get done. And I'm almost out of water. So, figure overall, it's about a half mile from this spot to the house, I'd say. Maybe a little less. So, and I'd say that's probably about 30, 40 pounds on my back. So, getting this, it's not going to be that bad until I get to the hill to the house. And that's going to be freaking annoying. Guess I'll address something real quick. I got a message from somebody. And, I'm not entirely sure what they meant. But it was something about my fake persona. And I don't fake a persona. Like, this is me. Like, this is me. Like, I have a pretty depressing outlook on life overall. I try to make light of bad situations. Try to joke my way through the misery. Like, this is just me. I lie about my name. I lie about where I live. I lie about, personal details. But that's just because if I ever do, get a big fan base, I don't want to draw negative attention. Like, it's not a fake persona. This is me. This is what I do for fun. This is what I do to get by. This is what I do to survive. Like, it just is what it is. Like, this is me. Like, the best version of me I can be in the circumstances. I try to go above and beyond out of my way to not be a fake puppet. I go out of my way to try to present myself as what I am and how I view things. People that are fake give unrealistic expectations to people that need hope. I'm real. There is no hope. I'm not gonna be. You ever watch the movie Legion? I think it's called. Michael, the Archangel Michael, goes against God's wishes to save a baby, and he says that he's giving his father what he needs, not giving his father what he wants. I'm not presenting myself to people to give them what they want. I'm not building a fake persona to give you what you want. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you how life is. Because it's what you need. Understanding through my travels, seeing all the different ways people live in just in America, not like tribal crap. I mean, like, just in America, seeing different ways people live, as as far as like farmers and rural people and kids at school, business types. Like, I had friends I was friends with a hobo, a real life, hobo, like a homeless guy that did it for like a lifestyle. I was friends with a millionaire, like legit, he was a millionaire. That's a long other story. And having those experiences of seeing everybody's, I don't want to say true colors, having the experience of seeing how people convey themselves in certain situations when they're from different backgrounds and different lifestyles can help you build and understand your own. And presenting as close to my true self as I can to the internet population, then you get to see my true way of life, my true circumstances, to hopefully further and build upon your own. Give you more of an understanding of what some people go through, the pros and cons, the different things you can build from, or in a sense, when you see that homeless person on the street, instead of treating them like a leper, they might have something to offer you that you don't even realize. Or you see those posh rich kids that have more money than brains, every once in a while, maybe you can learn something from them. That's all, folks. Catch you in a bit. Alright, so I went to turn in the first load. So I went and I weighed myself. I weigh 195 pounds according to the scale. I am turning into a fatty. You're probably thinking 195 ain't all that bad, but I used to be like 170 consistently, so 195 to me is kind of bad. But on to the more important part. So I weighed myself with the backpack on, and I came out to 210 pounds, 220 pounds. I don't know, long story short, the entire backpack with everything inside was 35 pounds. And that's, with the hobo fishing reel and the multi-tool, 2 snack bars, a couple odds and ends, plus the backpack itself. So I figured if the scale was accurate and it was 35 pounds, then it was probably about 32 pounds. So I finished cleaning up the little odds and ends of pieces that, had a bunch of plastic on or something. And I took it all down, and it came up to 29 pounds. So a little less than I thought, but it's going for $3.50 a pound, which is way more than I thought. So I got $101 from that little bit, that one trip. So one trip was $101, and I'm thinking there's 3 or 4 more trips to go. So it's probably about $400 this summer. So that's not half bad. A little bit of work, but it's good money, and it's doing something I kind of like to do anyway. And I'll end up searching the entire riverside eventually. I have a lot to deal with at that spot. So, yeah. Now I'm actually at the river. But the place where the copper's at is approximately 2.5, 3 miles that way. Yeah, I'd say 2.5 to 3 miles that way. So I'm at a different section of the river, but up there, this is the same river. I'm just way down the line, and the scrapyard's like, I don't know, 500 yards up there, give or take. That's why I said about getting like 2 inner tubes just floating down here with everything, because it literally goes right past the scrapyard. But I think doing it this way is just safer and smarter. There's too many rocks. It's more work, but I'm not going to there's less chance of something going wrong. So I'm just going to take that route. So I'm not sure what I'm going to spend the money on, I was thinking about doing something for like YouTube, like buying something that I can make some content with, but I don't really know. Like, I was thinking about one of those inflatable rafts, but like I said, I hit one of these rocks. All that money's down the drain. So I don't know if I want to do something like that. I do need to get new clothes because I completely destroyed one set of clothes already going up there. So I do need to pick up some new clothes, and I'll probably end up just going to like Goodwill or something to get clothes that I don't care about to work in, and that'll be that. Other than that, though, I don't really know. Like, I was thinking about getting like a celebratory bottle of liqueur for the next trip up there, but I don't know what I'd get. I don't know. I really don't. Like I said, I definitely need boxers and maybe 2 sets of clothes. Wouldn't be a bad idea. And it's only $101, so even if I kept it cheap, you know, a pack of boxers is like freaking $9 or $10 for 2 pair. And even if I go to like Goodwill or something, two pairs of pants and 2 shirts is probably gonna be another $9 or $10 at least. So I mean, that's a decent money drop right off the bat. So I don't know. I sorted it out. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm definitely gonna treat myself to something, whether it be a bottle of liquor or a Chinese buffet. I'm definitely gonna. That amount of work, I think I deserve a little reward. Alright, I'm going to edit this up here, I think. First trip will be complete. And I'll catch you guys when I'm ready to get out there again. I'm going to give my body a day or 2 to recover. Later on.